want to understand urban consumption also has come off. Now, it may have overshot and therefore it's coming back to mean, maybe that, but whatever the reason may be, there is a bit of a pullback there too. What happens to consumer discretionary? There has been a bit of a price correction, a bit of time correction for certain plays as well. Uh, do they continue to see that, or sporadically you might see some moves? I mean, air conditioner companies in because of a hot summer or what have you. How do you look at this whole bucket?
So consumer sector, I think if you look at the discretionary consumption from a long-term perspective, it's still a very good sector. We like that sector because in India, the overall per capita income, okay, as it goes up, I mean, we are at an inflection point around $2,500. And that's a time when we see a lot of spending on discretionary consumption starts to pick up. And over a longer term, we see that discretionary consumption as a percentage of the total consumption, which is around close to around 25-30%, will go up significantly. So that, I think, narrative remains strong for consumer discretionary for the next 3, 5, or 10-year perspective. And good names with good brands, with good products will continue to gain market share. And again, in some sectors, there is unorganized shift from unorganized to organized, which will continue to drive higher growth for the organized players in that space. So I think that narrative remains intact. And yeah, in the short term, there has been two impacts. One was the increase in the higher commodity prices, which we saw, okay, in the last year, which hurt the margins in the consumer discretionary names. And then there was some amount of slowdown in urban consumption, especially on consumer durables and that sector. So which has a double whammy in terms of getting profits getting downgraded in the sector. And we've seen a decent correction also in some of these stock prices. So I think near term, it's still going to be a slow recovery. We're not seeing any sharp recovery, and with interest rates remaining slightly, because a lot of these consumer discretionary items are also now lending. Okay, is a large part of financing is a large component. Okay, which drives consumption over there. So with interest rates going up, it can impact a bit over there. But I think once things normalize a bit, I think the margin pressures are now easing off as commodity prices have come through. So that, I think, is a positive. So you will see that improvement in the subsequent quarters. Demand pickup also, I think, after some pause recovery, we should expect that to pick up sometime later in this calendar year. So if you're taking a longer medium-term view, I think some of the good quality consumer discretionary, it could be a good time to start accumulating them now post the correction, and to play the long-term structural growth in the overall consumer discretionary sector, which we remain, which we are positive as one of the long-term themes for India.